right. So how are you guys? How are you guys doing? What's new?
Man, I'm flying back to San Diego on Monday
Nice.
night. Yeah. So back very
Cool.
soon.
That's cool, man. Come back to it was raining the past couple of days, but now it's all sunny again. So
Nice.
It's cold though. It's been cold.
I like it. Fucking finally, dude. Like about
Really?
time. I love waking up in warm blankets and it makes me not want to get out of bed, but I still enjoy it.
How cold? Like 60s? 50s?
Yeah. Business wise, I had a call with Captain Sinbad and I wanted to possibly do his thing. And I thought, yeah, you told me the price point and everything. So I got kind of a price tag shock when he's like, yo, yeah, it's 20K. And I was like, oh, I guess he has a more intensive version that he wanted to do with us. And
yeah,
I just, because when he was laying out the offer, everything was in it, I was like, okay, I can see it's 5K. Yeah, I can do this. And then he's like 20K. I was like, ooh, But it was, I do admit he wanted to work with me for 6 months instead of 3. And he wanted to be more involved in the process. So, anyway, so I told him that, there's a couple other people I'm looking at too. So I don't know. I might still go with him, but, other people too. That Ed from Film Booth has a good program, I think.
Oh yeah. I think, given the two, I would, obviously I'm a little bit biased because Captain Sinbad's my coaching client, but I feel like I would probably go with Captain Sinbad because he's got more viral type of videos. And I think that, I think it would be worth it if you're doing it over 6 months. I think that you'd see a pretty big return on that, just because if you can increase your views by dramatically, then you're going to get so many more leads, right? The value of a lead for you is pretty high. But I would be pretty confident that he'd be able to help you out quite a bit there because he's he's definitely produced really, really good results for people. So, but
yeah, I said to have a serious conversation with Marco. It's a numbers for him, right? And he's like, do they have a guarantee? And it's like,
well, yeah, no one's gonna have it.
How can you have a guarantee with that? It's like, anyways.
Yeah, if you've got the only thing I would say is you just need to have the bandwidth to be able to implement everything he's gonna. Yeah, because otherwise it's not going to be worth the money for you, right? If you're ready, all right, I'm just going to devote my whole 6 months to just growing on YouTube, then then 20K, no problem. I think you'll easily get a return on that. I think it'll easily be a value. But if you don't have the time, if you're thinking that he's just going to give you some tips and some ideas that are going to then it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to give some more thought. But what's that sound? There's
It's probably fireworks in my background.
Fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Post Diwali.
On the ads front, nothing's changed. Same story, different day. We're doing pretty. We did really good in October, despite everything. Marco's been able to. We pumped a lot more money into Facebook. It's just it's crazy, man. Some days we lose money, and then other days, it's like a slot machine, man. It's and we're trying to figure out what variable is causing it. It's just I don't want to bring it to chance. I really don't, but I have no idea.
But a day is a very small unit of time to evaluate that. I would assume you have to look at it.
Let me say this, and it was it's literally 3 days in a row of losing money, and then 4 days of massive. It's
okay. So let's not talk days. Let's talk numbers.
Weeks,
how many leads you process in one day. Then that'll make more statistically significant sense. Otherwise, there's not even lead. How many book calls do you have any given day? Because there is such little statistical significance to 5 people in today and 5. It doesn't make sense. There's very small number to have any kind of statistical data.
Well, yeah. I mean, the point is that, I mean, we're going to start leaning into Facebook more because a couple of we found one competitor actually who we found out how much he's doing per month, and he's doing supposedly, you know, we can't verify, but supposedly he's doing 500K a month just on Facebook. Powerful Man is the name of the guy. He targets business owners in his copy, and so we're going to lean. We kind of already have, but like I wrote a bunch of Facebook ads yesterday for targeting businessmen. So start doing that more, and just kind of like help the brand like be more polished and professional, and like, you know, attracting those kind of guys. And so that, I mean,
is it kind of similar to what what's his name, White?
Oh, Wake Up Warrior.
Yeah.
Is the what similar?
Is
this
the
guy
Powerful
similar?
Man? Yeah, similar to Wake Up Warrior.
Like the branding and everything, it looks similar and everything.
Not branding, like the idea,
Target.
the idea and the what they're
well,
trying to
he
do.
goes after specifically married men losing their marriage, where Wake Up Warrior, so I'm speaking ClickFunnels, by the way, but it was very religious, and he did like a holding hands praying thing. That's all. Anyways, I'm nothing against religion. I just like, it was just, yeah, reminded me of like church on Sundays.
Yeah, he is more or less.
But Wake Up
just
Warrior,
like a
he's more
pastor.
like just overall everything, like wealth, relationship, and fitness. Where Powerful Man is more just like saving your marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, but very similar, like in terms of branding, it looks like. So, but yeah, so we're gonna start doing that, and then it's just, you know, that we have 2 more months to figure this out. It's still like 85% of revenue is ads. So, you know, that's why I'm like, well, organic, you know, could be a good play to really maybe invest into that with Captain Sinbad. Just, yeah, I just gotta do a lot of thinking about it. But
80% of your revenue is organic right now.
It's ads.
Ads, Facebook and YouTube, like 80 to 85 actually. And then like the rest of it, I mean, like a good, like
nothing wrong with it.
Like, yeah, but like 10% of it's like email follow-up. So it's still kind of technically like the ads that we attract, and then they get, you know, so technically 90%. So it's like the whole business is supported just by this, you know.
I don't know if you should do anything organic then.
Yeah, what's wrong?
But the biggest concern, John, is like, you know, still out of that 80 to 90%, like, you know, out of that sample size, like 80% of that has been YouTube historically. Now it's shifted this past month a little bit, like maybe 10% through Facebook, and we're trying to knock down, like get Facebook knocked down, but like, and we're trying to, Mark is also trying to figure out YouTube, like it's all he does all day, but like, there's a huge concern that once they take off the keyword search, like that's.
I see. So yeah,
but then you're going to figure out advertising with Facebook, right?
Hopefully. We're not going to stop doing that. Like we're still going to try. He's still going to try to figure it out. But like, I just want to have like another safety net of like, if things do, Facebook changes their algorithm again, which they always do, or like they, you know, put a new policy in place, which they always do. That like we're not fucked, right? Like that's the idea.
But the safety net can also like kind of slow down your progress, because now you're investing your time and energy in a safety net rather than investing your time and energy into a thing that's already working. Like the plan B can kind of sort of like not force you to do the plan A properly.
Yeah, no. So that's the beauty of like me and Marco, is like he's been doing plan A, and like I'm the reason I haven't been investing too much into organic and plan B is because I've been just focused on the service delivery side of things, which I feel like now we're at a point where like it's the flywheel's going. Like we just got our best testimonial earlier this week. This guy like turned around his marriage in 28 days, and like I got on a call with him, recorded it, and like it was great, and it felt amazing to hear that. And you know, I'm about to hire this new coach who went to Harvard, and like our coaches are freaking rock solid, and the service delivery side is now, I feel like, top notch. And like I'm still gonna like tinker with it and, you know, try to improve it here and there, but now it's like, okay, I'm taking all that energy. I don't take all these onboarding calls. I've been doing like every onboarding call, which is like 14, 15 hours a week, sometimes more. And so I'm going to devote those 15 hours a week strictly into organic, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the idea.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you're going to do it, put that much effort into the organic, then then definitely get someone like Captain Sinbad to help you.
Have you guys read the book Traction?
Yeah.
You have? Okay, it's really good. I just started it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first they had you do those like you rate your business on those like metrics, and like you fill out like, I can't really say it, but you fill out like what you think your business is at with the different things, and like I was like, holy shit, it's really not really bad. It was like average, but like, so I was like, damn, like we have a lot to work on. So anyways, Been reading that.
That's the Gino Wickman one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the marketing one, but they're both good.
Yeah.
They
I
both
feel
are
like
great.
that traction book was too high level for me. Like too
Like
more,
organizations that are bigger and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other traction book I really like though. But have you read the other traction book?
Is that about marketing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's about lead sources actually. It's
Oh.
really is what it is. It's like basically like here's all the possible lead sources, try all these things, narrow it down. Like it's good. Yeah.
Okay. So it's just called Traction and Marketing, or I'll find it.
It's
Gabriel
by
Weinberg.
yeah.
It's by who?
Gabriel
Yes.
Weinberg.
Okay. Cool.
The founder of DuckDuckGo.
Nice. I see it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Other than that, man, I don't think there's anything now. We're just focusing on that, and let me look. Yeah, just trying to figure out like different, maybe any idea if you guys have any ideas of like other ways of attracting leads that I'm not thinking of, because right now I'm so biased towards YouTube because it's what I started at, it's what I like. It's I don't think like TikTok and Instagram could really work with the marriage stuff. Not that it couldn't work, but like not the best option to go down in terms of everything. I think YouTube is better.
Yeah, I mean you could try it. You never know. Like
Yeah,
TikTok certainly breaks up marriages.
it certainly what
breaks up marriages.
Yeah, I mean definitely like
and Instagram.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like how many of our current clients have a TikTok, and I would say probably honestly like 2% probably, because their kid has it, and they just want to see what their kid's watching or like what it's all about. But like Instagram's, I can do a poll, but I'm gonna guess that like 20% have Instagram on their phone, if that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And a lot of them don't even have Facebook. They're like, half the guys are like, oh, I don't even use Facebook. I hate Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. Anyways,
Twitter. Start investing in Twitter. Twitter is going to become
all right.
Twitter's going to become the big platform. I would bet on that, because they're going to resurrect Vine, so they're gonna
Really
nail short form. Yep.
So they're going after TikTok.
Yeah, and then I think and it makes sense. Now it'll be TikTok without filters, right? No political agenda, like fair TikTok. And I mean the blue check thing people are getting pissed off about, but that's going to be huge revenue. People will pay for it. And then they're going to make it like WeChat. Like they're going to make a payment platform in there, everything. It's going to be that's what my prediction is. I think that
for Twitter,
I think Twitter's going to become huge.
Are they public?
They're not anymore. They were public.
They were public,
but Elon took them private. So
interesting. Cool. That's me. Let's
see. I guess I'll go next. I got a bunch of stuff. So let's see where to start. We are running. We had to stop running paid ads because we had this Scottish sales guy that was just dropping the ball like crazy. So he's like losing all of our leads. So I said, screw it. Let me hire more sales guys. So I hired within my audience, within the Well program and Bulldog Mindset. I said, look for people that had a little bit of sales experience or wanted to learn, and mostly familiar with the product and the brand. And we brought them on. We brought on 3 different salespeople. So we have 3 salespeople that we should be running ads again. And now we should hopefully be able to get some decent revenue coming in from those. We still need to get it close. I mean, I'm like 7K in the hole on ad spend with 0 sales at this point, but I'm going to keep on.
How many leads? How many
total leads? I know it's hard I got to look up the exact stats, but it's hard to say because we had like start and stop, right? Some of it went through the other.
But Facebook will show that to you. The dashboard will show that to you.
Yeah. I'll look up the entire. Well, some of it also wasn't tracked to initially because the system we had was not tracking on that on the applications filled out. So it's a bit of a we're kind of looking at a fresh start here. So
How
hopefully
many
we'll
calls
get,
did you guys book? I mean, 7K is decent money. Like, there's something that's
yeah.
going on.
Mhm.
Yeah, they booked like I have to look up the exact stats. I have a status meeting next week to go over everything, but yeah, it wasn't mostly that the guy was dropping all the leads from the last one that we were running. We had like it's hard to get good sales guys in there, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, so we're starting that up again, and hopefully I'll have some good numbers next week from that. But and then I'm trying to think what else is going on. So
Is your guy not tracking those numbers for you, not providing your dashboard?
he's got the numbers. Let me see where I have to look it up. I haven't been tracking because we stopped running ads.
But you spend some money, serious money.
Yeah. Let me see what I have. Okay. Oh yeah, because I have all the leads coming in from. I get an email whenever a lead comes in. So the last leads are coming in October 24th, and then where is the? I'm trying to find where his spreadsheet is. I know I'll have to figure this out.
The reason why I'm saying this is because no matter how much you think someone, quote unquote, knows about running these kinds of funnels, you just don't know what their track record truly is and how much they have really been able to.
Yeah.
Because so there are two things, like one thing to build from scratch a cold funnel, and one thing to take over a funnel and then optimize it. Like there are two different things.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And yours is more like building a cold funnel from scratch, and it's harder work.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So if we have some numbers, we at least know, like 7K is decent chunk of change. I mean, you should have probably gotten 700 leads from it or something to that nature.
Right.
And who knows, 50 books, anywhere from 30 to 50 book calls possibly.
Let me see what I have on this tracker. Okay. So here's what I have. Let me see. I haven't looked at this in a while, but we've got this spreadsheet of all the leads when they came in. And then we have well program applications, book calls. These are the number of book calls. This is from the last iteration of this.
Of advertising.
Yeah.
October 10,
So,
11, 13, 14, 16, 19, 20.
yeah.
So these are all the book calls.
Yeah. So there wasn't very many book calls.
20 book calls.
Yeah. We had the sales guy dropping that. Let me see if we had.
So 20 book calls, it's like $350 per book call, right? There it is.
Is this updated though? Or yeah, whenever this was updated last. Oh no, see, this can't be.
It says 15% call complete, 8 deals.
No, I think this was some dummy data that was in here because we don't have any deals to update this with. But I need to put on my list to check in on the metrics of this.
Yeah, good. That's interesting.
But yeah, I'm waiting to find out once we start running ads again, because I can look in where's the Facebook ads?
Yeah. Business Dart. Are you looking at your own library?
Yeah.
Manager. Yeah. No, that was right. Ads Manager was fine. The
Which
first one, yeah.
This one.
Yeah, go to Ads Manager.
Yeah, I'm in here. Bulldog mindset ads. This is the newest iteration, this Hydra one. And then That's the last 7 days. So if I just go like,
last month.
yeah.
So
We
it's
were
only
getting leads
$3,000 spent.
in that time frame. Yeah.
Well, did you spend more after that or before that?
I mean, if I go to like the entire maximum or 9,000 spent, but that's like,
No. With this guy.
yeah, let's do like, um, last month. How about from August until,
No. It'll only show August 1st. August 1st till today.
shoot, why can't I do range?
You have to first select one date and then select the next date in the same iteration. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
I guess it's not as bad as 5,600 in ad spend. So,
Yeah.
and some of these were coming from the other funnel, like the other sales team. So really, it's really like the few grand it was with the new funnel. So
Yeah. Cost per results. I mean, it's hard to tell what results you set it for. Assuming it's set for
yeah,
call.
this one is on Facebook leads. So on Facebook leads, we're getting them for $5.16, which is great, but we need someone calling them immediately as soon as we get the lead.
Yeah, that should. I don't know who makes it work. I haven't come across anyone who can make them work.
The on Facebook leads?
Yeah.
I don't know. We just need someone calling them immediately as soon as they fill out the lead form.
Yeah, but that's another system you have to put in place unnecessarily.
Well,
it's just that
that's what the sales guys should be doing. As soon as a lead form gets filled out, they need to be calling the lead immediately.
The lead quality is poor. The Facebook lead on Facebook lead.
Right. It's not as good. Right. It's not as good, but we could still, it's still going to be. We're going to filter them real quickly by giving them a call right away. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $522 per wealth funnel call book. Is that what it is?
That's not exactly accurate because there were some that weren't tracked in there with it, but it was coming to around $100 with this ad. I think when we actually looked at the actual applications that came in. So
$100 per call booked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I mean, anyone would take that.
Yeah, that should be fine. I mean, we've got we just need the sales guy. Like I said, we need good sales because we've got the numbers to support it. I think generating leads is not a problem. So
yeah. I mean, $100. If you're getting $100 for a call, that's really pretty. Like nobody can ask for more.
Yeah. I just need to talk with Nick and get the exact metrics of he's supposed to turn back on the ads. So like I said, we had problems with the sales guys, but I think we have all the sales guys secured now. And it's going to take some time to train them properly, but yeah, that's what's been going on with that one. And then I did, I did have that Instagram reel go viral, like 4 million views on it. It's crazy.
Wow.
Was it a dating one?
Yeah, it's a dating one. Yeah. Of course, those
your dating ones always go viral.
But it lifted up all the other ones too. So so that was good. But and then I hired so my old copywriter, Tim, he came back. He had medical problems, so I had to leave, but I decided to hire him full time as the chief marketing officer for Bulldog Mindset. So actually this is good, right? Because you asked me about my ad numbers and I don't know, right? But that's because I'm doing 50 other things. His whole job will be marketing and sales. So he'll be in charge of all marketing and sales. So he'll be in charge of the other copywriter. He'll be writing some copy sales pages, talking to the sales team.
What caused
getting
you
all
to
the
make that
numbers.
decision? Like, how did you come to that conclusion?
Well, when he came back, he wanted to know if I needed his help anymore with any work and stuff. And I was trying to figure out like what capacity do I want to just hire him to do emails, sales pages, what do I need? And then I realized that like what I really want is someone to handle all marketing, to be in charge of all marketing, right? Because it's not a job that I have the bandwidth to do. And I've got like a guy that's doing email copywriting for me, but he doesn't know how to do sales, but he doesn't know the whole thing. In the past, I'd almost hired Tim to do the job, except that it was too expensive. But now that I'm making a lot more revenue, it's a worthwhile investment. So yeah, what I'd really like to do is I'm going to set up, I'd like to have, I'm kind of thinking about my organization chart, right? Because I should have had this position filled a long time ago, but really what I need is, me at the top doing, executive only, right? And well, content creation, as a sort of a different role, but I need my chief marketing officer that handles all marketing and sales, right? And then I've got sales guys underneath the sales team, a sales manager underneath there, and then other copywriters and designers and whatnot. And then the other role that I really need to fill is the content.
Operations. Oh yeah.
Well,
I was gonna say operations too, Mark.
Yeah, operations is the biggest pain in most of these businesses.
I think
For
that
my business,
The internal man. Yeah.
I sort of have operations filled with Uzair because he's like the community champion and he's handling, project management for a lot of things and kind of operation stuff for now. But I really need a content, what do you call it? Like a planner, not a content planner, like a media, I'm trying to think what you would call it, like a creative director, right? Someone who is in charge of all content and all content plans and then coordinates all the content team, right? So I need someone who's basically tells me, hey, this is our content plan for the next month. You need to create these videos. I need you to record these videos on these topics, or you need to give me some topics that you want to create videos on. And we'll, and then you need to do these Instagram reels and stories, right?
it's
and
content manager.
Yeah. Someone to plan out the entire calendar and all of that stuff. So that basically they tell me what I need to do in terms of creating content. I think that's because if I have all of those roles filled, then basically what I can do is I can just focus on creating content and fulfilling the coaching for the program and improving the program, because that's what my main job should be, because that's what I can do that no one else can do in the business. But everything else can be handled by someone else.
I would submit that your main job should be sales and marketing. And that's just, I get it. Like you love content, but you should be the lead in sales and marketing, because ultimately at this stage, your business needs sales and marketing more than anything else.
The problem is though, like, I have sales already working. If I went and did sales calls, I don't have.
You don't have to do sales calls, but knowing all of these metrics and numbers, like you leading marketing sales is where the money is being made in the business. And that's where new money is coming in every single day. Of all the functions in the business, that's like the lifeblood of business.
It's that's true. But I think at this stage of the business, I want to have someone in charge of marketing in sales, because it's not, there's too many things that are difficult for me to do as far as marketing, especially, that someone who's just has their head in it all the time is going to be able to do a lot better job than I can do.
Well, maybe it's because you're doing too many other things.
Yeah, but I've got to do, there is a lot of things that I'm doing, but I've got to be able to do the content creation, because that's the only thing that the content
creation can't take that much time. It probably is like less than 10 hours a week.
Yeah, I guess it probably is. I mean, now I've got the emails handled. That was a huge thing. Like I've got someone handling most of that. We're working on hiring. I'm working on hiring a VA. I need to get a VA to actually take over the email process because we took the process. Uzair has a good process down now where basically for emails, I get a 1-page summary report every single day. And then I just respond with a voice message telling them how to reply it. And there's like maybe 1 or 2 emails that I need to actually reply to myself. So we've taken down where it used to take me an hour to hour and a half to do emails every day to literally 5 minutes. So that bought back a lot of time. But I've also haven't been as, I've been distracted. I've had a lot of other things to deal with. So I don't know what my schedule looks like now that I don't have those things, taken away from my time. But
I was going to ask, like, which tasks like have you enter the flow state the most?
Tasks of it. I don't know. I mean, anything writing, writing, I guess, is probably the thing that, or getting into, calculations of stuff that some of the stuff I shouldn't be doing of calculating budgets and numbers and like, planning out, crunching numbers and playing it, doing stuff in Excel, but which is kind of weird, but writing. So that's the other thing is I realized is like last week I wrote a script for one of my videos for the first time in a long time. And I recorded it from the script. And I think that's where I can really spend some good time getting my thoughts organized and put together so I can create concise, consistent, concise videos that deliver the message. So. But and then what I'm doing is, I don't know what, maybe you have some insight on this too, Josh, on with the scripts. My plan, what I did with this was I basically wrote out the script and then I just recorded the video and then had like the script and looked at one line of the script and then sort of memorize that one line, just look at the camera, deliver the one line, go back, deliver another line, right? I feel like that approach works better than trying to do a teleprompter or paraphrase.
Yeah, I think, obviously different people have different things, but like, I think what works for me, I think what most people do is like the hook and the intro is usually really scripted out word per word, because that's like, you really have to get that right to like reel them in. Right. And then you have like your main, let's say you're doing a teaching thing, you have 3 points or 5 points. Like I'll have a point and I'll write out exactly what I was going to say, but I kind of like know already. So that's when I kind of like go off script. It's like, all right, I know this point is talking about polarity of a woman. I'm just going to kind of riff a little bit. But I always like, if at every point I either use a study or a story, right? Like a study or a story.
Yeah.
And that's just like, copywriting basics. It's like, if you make a point, you got to back it up, like prove it. Right. And so you usually prove it through stories or studies. And so unless it's like a really compelling and I make it really logical for them, draw with metaphors or drawing it on paper. But I always try to like prove my points, and then I throw the CTA in there somewhere. But yeah, it's very. But like I really want to start experimenting with like going more into story, and just like some of the videos that perform the best is like when you basically you take a client, right, and through their client journey from beginning to end, you have like 3 things that you did with them, but you're telling the 3 points through the story format, right? Mm-hmm. That works so much better, I feel like, with the content.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of making everything have some kind of a story, even if it doesn't have a story in it. With the thing is a story, right? It's like it has some kind of climax, some kind of and protagonist, and so okay, yeah. But that's kind of what I'm going to be focusing on, but again, like I think having someone who is like understands all of Bulldog Mindset already and can just operate all of the, not that I won't have any involvement in the sales and whatnot, but I don't need to be coordinated. See, here's the problem actually, Manny, is I'm coordinating with too many different people, right? I have like 6-7 people, this sales team, that sales team, the guys that are doing the web page design, my copywriter, right? Like it's like I need someone that's basically coordinating all that stuff and talking to all those people, and then giving me the high level executive, and then I'm making the decisions and looking at the numbers and saying, okay, this is what we need to do. Let's go this direction. Let's do this marketing initiative. So that instead of me trying to like scramble and do all these things and and put it together myself. I can just say, all right, this is what we're going to do. And that's why I hired Tim too, is because that's what I used to do with Tim. Even though he was part-time, is I would say, all right, we're going to do a launch. We're going to do a Black Friday sale, and it's going to be like this. And then he would set up everything to make it happen. He would do the emails. He would coordinate with the designers. He would do everything to make sure that happened and track the numbers and send me the reports. So that's where I think that the value will be. But
Cool, man. Nice.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. It's aside from I signed up for a 100K race in February.
Nice.
Oh, what?
In Arizona.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Wow. How long is that going to probably take you?
It's like 63 miles, I guess. So probably like 12 to 13 hours, I think.
You should just listen to David Goggins on repeat saying, "You're a little kill your little inner bitch, kill your little inner bitch."
Yeah.
Bloody toes. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing, man.
Yeah,
Before we move on to many answers, more questions, like what's the longest you've ever done before that?
50 miles.
Okay. Yeah. Damn. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So this will be nice. Yeah. One of my coaching clients signed up. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll sign up then. It's in February. So I've got some time to prepare for it. But
All right. Yeah, I'm definitely not coming to that. John one time roped me into this late night running session. What were you doing? Like 50 miler?
I was trying to do the 100 miler on the solo 100 miler at that point, but yeah.
So John, how many miles had you run before I met you that night?
Gosh, I don't know. Was it like 20 or so? 15 or so?
You had done one loop, yeah. 15.
Yeah.
And then I met John at like 9 in the evening, and we started running again, like 10 in the evening maybe. We run again. We're like all over PB. 1, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Finally, we got back to where he was, his place, and then I drove back. And I fell down on some freaking scooter. While running, and like scraped up my knee, and yeah, it was fun. 5 hours of running in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of night, not nowhere, middle of the freaking night. There's nobody in PB, and we're all over the freaking crisscrossing all over it.
And now you have a great story about it. That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It's a story I'll remember for the rest of my life, running like a crazy man in the middle of the night. Like, who does that shit? Yeah, so we do.
A bulldog.
Yeah. Right. So I have some interesting developments.
Okay.
I was scrolling through Instagram and I came across this ad, and I'm like, oh, what? These guys are saying exactly what we used to say a year ago. Same kind of languaging, wording, everything. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, interesting. I said, thousands of people are using this, which is thousands of people are using our deep work on-demand service or deep work community co-working sessions and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I go to their site, I check them out, I look up everything on their sites, and I'm not going to name names. I don't want to give them any kind of popularity or anything. But they have raised $2.5 million for doing exactly what we do, and they came in later, exactly the same as Focus Blocks. $2.5 million raised in April. So, and some of the investors include the founder of Mashable, some big name funds, and so on and so forth. So that got me really intrigued. I'm like, damn, thousands of users so quickly, like what the hell? Mm-hmm. And I started looking, and I signed up for their service. It's a little bit cheaper than what we do, but at the same time, they offer, there's just a few things that are different. One of them is they offer half the time that we offer. Like we offer 24 hours and they do 10 hours, 12 hours, but that's hardly a distinction. So I looked up, I signed up for their service, and it's not thousands of people. What they did, when they say thousands, is because they offer a free trial to everyone, right? For a month, free 1 month trial when you join to try it out. And of course, if you have free 1 month trial, you can have thousands of email subscribers. But when I go into their quote unquote focus block, basically what we do, there's like 25 members. I'm like, shit, that's exactly like we have that many and more. So
Right.
this thousands of numbers is totally like total like not really the truth. But yeah, they're probably the same size in terms of the number of people that they have right now. But the scary thing is they have money
Yeah.
and we don't. Right? I mean, we have money that is bootstrap money in the sense we're just pumping the money back into the business. But they have $2.5 million to spend on ads. So, not ads, but on the business. And they have a team of 10 people.
Oh wow.
And here's me and my ragtag team of 2 other people who do most of the work and some other contractors and stuff like that. So, yep, it got real quick.
But the thing is, I mean, $2.5 million is not a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty small round to raise. I mean, it's not nothing, but and then like you said, they're spending money.
It's seed. Yeah.
Yeah, they're spending money. They're doing what most startups do, which is spend a huge amount of money on ads to acquire a customer base, even if it's not profitable, and then figure out how to make profit later, right? So their whole thing, they're probably operating at a huge loss on their ad spend at this.
Yeah, they're making
point.
$10,000 a month in revenue right now. I know their numbers from the number of users I can see on their calls.
I was watching an interview with Jeff Bezos a while back. Alex Becker recommended it in his Iron program. And the interviewer asked Jeff, he says, what was like one of the main advices you can give to younger business owner who's first starting off that really helped you? And he simply looks at the interview. He says, focus on your customer and not the competitor. And he goes, that's why we went. We didn't focus on what the competitors were doing. We just focused on helping the customer, and we doubled down on that, and that's why we grew.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and they also had venture money, which was good.
But yeah, I mean, so well, what's your plan then after discovering this?
Not much is going to change in terms of we're just going to have to find a way to move faster, but I don't really see us doing things differently in terms of our marketing per se.
Right.
Because we've tried everything they're trying right now.
Yeah.
Right. Their sales page, their landing page, their ad copy, all of that shit we've tried. And it was expensive as hell to acquire customers. Like getting a credit card was like $150, $200.
Yeah.
Getting a credit card. Right. Not just a free trial, but like someone's credit card information to pay even their first month. That's $200.
Right.
So like that isn't really like there was no way I could sustain that back in the day. And I wouldn't even sustain it today. So we're still focused on breaking even on our customer acquisition on the front end. I don't want to go any red anymore. Like, yeah.
What is your guys' like unique selling proposition? Like, why you're different than them?
There are different nuances in the way we execute inside. I think our system is much better than theirs, but they're doing things their way, we do things our way. So that's just like the way they execute, like the way they do their focus box is very different from the way we do ours. They try to do the same kind of similar stuff, but theirs is long drawn out time waste to me. So, but that's inside the product, right? Once you come in, that's when you know it's different, right? Otherwise, on the surface, you wouldn't know it's different. It's not very like, it wouldn't be very clear to someone that it's very different. But what's different is the way we market. They've been on TechCrunch, they've been on New Yorker, they've been in Cosmopolitan magazine, they've been all over the social media, like all the big media landscape. They've covered it all. But I think the messaging they're using is one of the most challenging messaging to acquire customers on for the price point that they're playing with. So yeah, I think the biggest, there's quite a few like differences if you look at all the nuances inside the program. We offer it 24 hours a day. They offer it like 10 hours a day right now, but that's not that big a deal. Anyone can go from 10 to 24 hours. It's not like something that's going to stop them. The structure of the block is different. We find it ours is better, but yeah, things like that. So a part of me also realizes that the service we are offering right now, it's going to get commoditized.
Yeah.
It's going to be like something that a lot of people will probably offer it as time goes on.
Because
And
there's no barrier to
commoditization,
entry.
there's very little barrier to entry. There's just enough that not everyone's going to spend that kind of money to have that much of a service running, because there is a barrier to entry because it costs a lot of money to run 24 hours a day operation like that live. So it takes upfront costs and you don't make the money back for a while.
But you don't
So-
need to. I mean, the thing is, like, you know, you could literally, if you wanted to just create a version of this 8 to 10 hours, right? And then you just hire 2 full-time people to run the blocks, right? That's what
That's
someone
what-
could do if they wanted to.
Yeah, people could do all sorts of things with this. Like the
Yeah.
barrier to entry for all of these things is very minimal. The barrier to entry is always marketing, not really the product. What's the barrier to entry for any of our products, really? Not much. Like anyone can figure out what we're saying and go try to do it, but it's the marketing that's the pain.
Right. Yeah, it seems like you need some kind of USP.
Yeah, which is why I asked that question. Yeah. And I mean, I just reread the immutable laws of marketing, and they were saying like the USP can never be the product because like the customer can't see that, right? So like your USP has to be conveyed in marketing really clearly, like how you show that you're different. That's why. And like if you ask me the same question, Manny, right now, like from the other marriage competitors, like I couldn't give you a good answer right now either. That's something I need to learn. Like because like if you took like one of the tests is like if you take the face away from whatever, I think it's what they said in the book. It's like, can you tell you're different from the competitors? Okay, like could the consumer? It's like no, not they wouldn't be able to for me. So
So I agree. Like it's a big challenge for what we're seeing now, like the commoditization of this marketplace very quickly within a year and a half. That also means that Focus Blocks may not be the front-end profitable thing that we do, but it's a way to just acquire customers who we then funnel into Quantum Leap, and that's where we really do the profit, but the front end just becomes a break-even machine to acquire customers.
Yeah.
So like Focus Blocks just is like, okay, yeah, everyone's got it, we got it too, cool. But come, if you're in our marketing sphere, then come join us. And then we can take people to the next level in that journey.
I think though it still makes sense to think about somehow how you can develop a USP, for the business. Even if that ends up being the case, you still need some kind of USP. Like how can you differentiate your offering? Something that has a higher barrier to entry too, where they couldn't just duplicate it.
It's already duplicated.
Well, I know, but can you create something, some aspect of this? I mean, like even something like start, again, this is just a silly one, but start start your first focus block in 5 minutes, something like that, where it's just your very fast streamlined process. Someone wants to try it out, they can try it almost immediately.
That's what it is now. Like if someone wants to try it out, well, the difference is in the way we market compared to the difference in the way they market. They're like the old version of focus blocks back in the day, the way we were doing marketing. Hey, try it right now. You can do it right now.
Yeah.
And we realized that marketing just never worked for us. It was very expensive to acquire customers through that kind of marketing. With our webinar, it's much more, cost, like, yeah, it's positive to acquire a customer.
Yeah. Or maybe something along the lines of focus with your friends, or focus with, fellow entrepreneurs. It's focusing plus it's networking, something where it's like, I don't know, something that makes it where it's unique and where you have your slice of the pie.
Yeah. And again, I one thing too many like that. I remember I just finished the book, The Immutable Laws of Marketing. So it's really in my head, but like how, like, you can't market that you're the best product because everyone says that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone says
that.
So
You
no one is, right? So you got to be like,
you have to be different, not the best.
Exactly. Yeah. So I got to prepare for
Agree.
my next meeting though, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.
All right.
See you, man.
Yep. Yeah, but I do think you need something. Maybe think about it and try to figure out some kind of thing that you can, because you're seeing someone who's spending millions of dollars, and so you're seeing your future right now. Right? So it's like they have an accelerated version of what so you need to have something different enough.
There was another competitor of ours who's raised what, 700, 800,000. They're like a different one because they're like just one-on-one, like you just sit in a room with a random person from around somewhere in the world. And we get a lot of customers from them because people check them out and they're like, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I want more structure, more accountability, more, consistency and all of those things. But their pricing is like, it's kind of the kind of pricing where they'll probably spend the rest of their lives doing that and not ever make any money.
Yeah.
So it's like, no matter what you try, you just can't break the barrier of profitability. And I looked at their SEC filings because they make their SEC filings public for some reason.
Yeah.
Because they have, they have public investors and things like that. And 2021, I think they made $70,000.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and these guys right now, the new startup, they're at like 10K a month right now, which is good. I mean, good for getting there. But they're probably burning through more than.
Oh yeah.
Well, they have a staff of 10, so that itself is a lot of money. But if they're advertising, they're burning $200 just to get someone's credit card.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be profitable for months and months before that customer turns around. So yeah, I mean, the other side of the equation is really like you play your own game, and there will always be competitors. There will always be people who will try to do what you're doing or do similar things. But if we have a machine that's working, we just need to keep fine-tuning that damn machine.
Yeah.
And whatever way it plays out, it plays out. Because the thing is, if today someone came and said, hey man, I'm going to offer you $2.5 million to, and value your company at $10 million, something like that, right? What am I going to use the money for? I don't
That's
really.
the question. Right.
I don't really have any use for their money. because I don't want to like go in and spend money on acquiring customers at loss. Like I just not cool to me. So I'll still continue to be like, okay, well, give me the money, but I'm still gonna not acquire customers at loss. I'm still gonna figure out a way to acquire customers at profit or break even. So, but maybe like the venture game is different, man. Like they basically, when they give you the money, you're like tied to the fact that you must acquire whatever number of users every freaking month at this kind of cost or whatever, right?
I mean, if you had $2.5 million to use in the company, right, you wouldn't use it on paid ads because you don't want to acquire customers at a loss. I think the most profitable place, like if you had to spend $2.5 million on your current business, would be in education to create organic marketing traffic where you're educating the customer, right? Because I think part of the problem with your business model is that people are not they're not even problem aware, right? So you could get a lot of people to join Focus Blocks if they hear about it and they understand the value of it, and they understand, like, if you had an educational channel where you're talking about productivity and deep work, and people were following that and getting tips on deep work, and you know, and then you're putting in plugs for Focus Blocks, I think you could educate people on it and convert them. So that's where I would spend the money if I were in your situation.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a different discussion whether we should convert 2,000 books to something in this realm now at this point, the YouTube channel, the podcast, because what's the point of keeping those alive at this point, like the way it is? Might as well just go all in on this and take the hit. Even if it goes down, doesn't matter. Might as well just go ahead and do it and not keep 2,000 books brand alive at this point. So that's the other side of the equation. But to your point, paid media, like you're right. Like I don't want to spend money on going in the loss, but I would spend money on like possibly getting more people to run more media for us, like more paid media, like more channels, more community, like more. Maybe we get YouTube to work. Maybe we get even better with our webinar, even better with our ads, and maybe even optimize the fuck out of it. Like right now, our customer acquisition cost might be around $300 to $400. But could we go do better? Could we go even, could we improve our ads even to the point where our lead cost goes half? Like I saw this happen just in the last couple of weeks. For Quantum Leap, I was running ads and I was getting leads for like $20 for Quantum Leap. And then $20 is okay, like for the program price and everything. But I was like wrecking my brain, like coming up with new ideas and testing new ideas and ads. And literally, dude, one specific ad, it's getting leads at like $4 a pop.
Wow. Okay.
That's like, that to me is magic. When that happens, like my mind was blown. I'm like, this could not be happening. Like, okay, this is maybe only on day 1. Then I look day 5, it's still keeping. Day 10, it's still doing the same freaking thing, and I'm like, wow. So I'm like, I spent $1,000 on that ad, and it's still doing the same thing. And I'm like, this freaking thing is like, this copy is so like this creative, everything is making so much sense. It's working, it's resonating. So yeah, if I would spend the money, I would spend even more like streamlining it and making it even better and better and better and better and better. Because I've seen the results from it. I go from $20 lead to $5 lead, $4 lead, man. You're like gold at that. You go from like acquiring a customer for, let's say, $1,000 to acquiring a customer for 1/5 that cost, 1/4 that cost, $250. So I haven't been able to figure that out for Focus Blocks yet, like that perfect angle.
Exactly.
The perfect creative and angle. But if we could do that, that'd be beautiful.
I gotta get going because I gotta go get my run in before I get the
Awesome, man.
meetings.
You guys traveling anytime?
Yeah, we're going to in like 2 weeks we're going to Florida for Thanksgiving, basically for wedding and Thanksgiving. And then we're going up to Nicole's parents' house for Christmas, or right after Christmas.
Nice.
So,
Your dad's here?
yeah, my dad's here. He's flying back tomorrow. So
Cool, man. I will be flying back. I should be there Tuesday afternoon.
okay.
So we'll
Yeah,
catch up once I'm
yeah,
back.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome,
All right.
man. Well,